Good evening, and welcome to the Lost Begotten's Big Fat Head. You are here. Technically. Anyway, so I have now logged in and stuff to YouTube's on my new phone. Turning on a light so you can see how ugly I am a little better. A little better. Maybe a little bit more better. A little bit more better. A little bit more butter. If I had more butter, I wouldn't look this ugly. I would look delicious. Yes. Anyway, so it's hard not to put my head in a little box without getting goofy. I'm sorry. So anyways, here's the deal. Scratch my head so I can think. Racketeering. Racketeering is, if you've never watched like a mob movie or anything like that, if you have no idea what the mafia is, racketeering is like when a mob family wants to control a certain area, and they go to the business owners, and they can go to the landlords, and they go to the little community groups, maybe some churches, and they say, either you pay us, or you turn a blind eye to us, or you support us, you help us out, you say we're good people, and we won't let anything bad happen to you. You understand that? And racketeering is when they say that and they won't let anything bad happen to you, but it's actually them. See that spirit pressure? I don't understand that. I'm just it's actually them. See, if I close my mind off and I do it, it's not causing any effects on the camera. You understand who the fuck you're talking to? Like, it's been proven. Like, you're petty and small for denying me. Okay? And you're fucking yourself. You really are fucking yourself if you're denying me. Okay, like you have some kind of little just insecurity that you're not letting go of just to rationalize denying me. Okay, but moving on. Because phenomenal cosmic powers, itty bitty attention span. Let me see if I can figure out where the fuck I was in that little conversation there, in that little lecture there. I got distracted by my own spirit energy. Because it's just painfully fucking obvious. Everything that's happened, go week one on this channel. Go within the first couple of months on this channel. Go look up what I've been talking about for years on Facebook and the Ukraine groups. Why was I the only American starting those groups? Why did the Maidan happen right after we planned our wedding? The Maidan. Anyways. That's not what this video is about, is it? This video is about racketeering. And what I was saying about racketeering is that, we wouldn't want anything bad to happen to those tanks, General. Familiar with the Monty Python sketch? Two greased back, suited up guys. They're talking to this general about, "It's some very nice tanks you have out there, General. We wouldn't want anything misfortunate to happen to them. And they're trying to get money off of a general. That's absurd, right? Mobsters trying to run a racket on a military. That's absurd, right? Look up the sketch if you haven't seen the sketch. It might not be as funny. It might not give you as much joy now as it did for me and most people up until this past, up until 9/11 or 11/9, whichever the one, one of those two great attacks on our country. Might not give you quite as much joy and laughter now, all things considered, as it did then. Because now we are in Trump land. Now we are headed towards a cliff called idiocracy. If we're lucky. Oh. Before I proceed with the racketeering lecture, let me just say, I hear some naive buffoons, even people I normally agree with, especially on CNN, because CNN seems to be being issued Kremlin talking points to try to help confuse the conversation right now. Okay, yes, CNN, the Communist News Network, has been being issued over the past 2 weeks a new set of Kremlin talking points like they haven't really been issued for several months now. Like there's been a change, kind of. Okay. And I would bet something would be traceable by, like I could write an AI program that would be able to help look for this connection. Anyways. AI. Like, all of you. Technically. Oh, look, it's like in true stand-up format. I went back to a previous joke. Oh. Aren't I professional? Yes, I may or may not be pretending to think I'm Jesus for dramatic effect. Doesn't explain the magic, does it? Yeah, I wish it did. Then I could just say that to myself and I'd be a whole lot more comfortable with reality. It's not easy being Jesus. You got people making fun of your butt in camera. Jesus butt. Anyways. So, these talking points, I'm digressing from my digression, so I need to get back to it. Talking points of the past few days has been saying, and there's, like I first saw this on McCain is Through's YouTube video, which is very interesting. I guess he might be opposition talking points, I don't know. It's very weird to see a guy with a interesting set of capabilities, and he wants to wear a skull mask all the time, But I just want to correct some stupidity, because children just can't seem to think on your own. The idea of dismissiveness towards Russia because their economy is technically on the books according to the information that you have been allowed to have, a smaller economy than the state of New York or California or Texas. Okay. The 12th largest economy in the world. But that for some reason, they're not a big threat. For some reason, they don't have tremendous capability. Okay. First of all, let me just point out how naive and easily bullshitted you are. Just for starters. Okay? That you would think that we have accurate numbers on anything to do with them. Okay? Second of all, let's say the numbers we have are accurate in some technical way. You're basically acknowledging that you would rather deliver treasonous rhetoric than simply acknowledge an understanding of what that technicality is. That the Russian government, the budget that you see, is simply what they want the Russian people to see that they have so that they can steal as much as possible. You know, like what this meeting, this adoption meeting, was really about. Okay, the quid pro quo that happened was decided when Richard Painter, and I'm very proud of Keith Olbermann for finally, catching on to this. And more people need to catch on to this. I'm sure Mueller's caught on to this, because that's where I was directing my prayer energy when I caught on to this shit a week ago. I tried to film a video. I'm not sure if it made it on here. Like, I've tried to film so many videos that just kaput. Nada. Butt kiss. 9! Oy vey. Okay. Suck ass. Just fucking. Oh, it's just aggravating. It's aggravating having a video like a video that went on this long, for instance. Press stop and it just. File just goes unformatable. So. Here's the deal. The technicality of stuff of the pudding pops that I was talking about. My fish tank looks pretty right now. I don't know if you've seen that recently. Fish tank is pretty and it's distracting me. Brain is, where you are. Okay. Hi. Hello down there. Fee, fi, fo, fun. Okay. I was trying to live up to your expectations. I don't know. Y'all are the crazy ones. You're the prisoners? No, we're the guards. $5,000. $5,000. Oh. Strategy. Ain't I a stinker? So, let's just take California, for instance. Maybe not Texas. Okay. But the dismissiveness of the Russian economy in respect to an economy like California's is ridiculous. It's irresponsible. And it's, I think, collusive. I think you should be immediately investigated for being on that talking points train. Okay? And dear Robert Mueller, if you haven't figured this out yet, you need to write a bot. You need to write a program. Okay? Because it's going to be very hard to get enough people to be able to effectively do this. So you need a program that can analyze talking points patterns and try to correlate them to communications patterns in a historic way. And then use that analytical data to form more refined pattern analysis to track stuff in real time. But anyways, people don't call me for help, so they tend to fail. Funny how that works. It's like it's prophesied or something. So, California, let me just put it this way. To give you an idea of how stupid being dismissive of Russia is, especially in that respect. Russia, if they were so inclined, right now could land troops in Alaska and drive them all the way through California and control all of it militarily, and there's nothing any of us could fucking do about it. At all. Period. At all. Period. At all. We could not fucking stop them at all. California could not stop them. California's parent company, the United States, could not fucking stop them. Okay? This is the ancient horde you're dealing with, people. You seem like infants to them. For the same reason you seem like infants to me. See, not only could they accomplish this, not only could they just take California, they could take Alaska, half of Canada, and California like that. Okay? And then they'd have different states around here. They'd have states around here trying to be annexed and trying to join them. Okay? That's how deep the propaganda war has gotten. See my previous video? They sure did. Yeah, they tried to do Calexit, remember? After I had made a video about how easily New Orleans could become a beachhead and Louisiana be divided in two, and then Texas bribed into betraying, and California then rebelling into a third entity. But should they simply, just for the sake of argument, just because people have been saying, oh, California is a bigger economy than Russia, that's the only reason why I make the comparison with with California, and point out the fact that militarily, they are capable right now of just, destroying Los Angeles and San Diego, where we have most of our shit. And San Francisco too. I forgot the one that my stepdad used to. Never mind. He ran the base. But yeah, not only could they do this, not only could they invade California, but they could do so without weakening any of their flanks. Imagine that. Obviously, as a country, we would be militarily completely focused on defending California, taking back California, right? We would be completely weakened in every other direction, from every other direction. We would be unable to back up Europe. Geez, I shouldn't be speaking. I'm probably giving my former student, the god of war, ideas. But, I do bore easily, so maybe I should proceed. Especially with you tedious children who won't listen. Why do you think I allowed him to come forth in the first place, ye hypocrites? This is not the world you used to know. This is the world I took to you when I destroyed the old one. And if I could not accomplish these things, I would not bother thinking I was me. But anyway. So, Russia has enough manpower, they have enough of a mafia-based war infrastructure that is completely off the books, has nothing to do with their budget that's lower than California's or whatever. And they could easily attack us right now, okay, and not necessarily be successful. I don't think they would ultimately be successful. But the main point I'm trying to make is if they were to do that, even if we were to, at the cost of, and I'm sure it would cost most of the major cities in California, and we'd be able to take it back, okay? But during this period, Europe would not have an opportunity to attack Russia from the other flank. they could do this without weakening any of their flanks. Where are we going to go in? You know, Grozny, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kaliningrad. How about Manchuria? I mean, North Korea. So anyways, that was my digression. I guess I should get back to the racketeering part, right? Yeah. My favorite of the rose bubbles. I think he didn't like how much light I had him under. He seems to have peaked out. Had enough after a while. Because now, once the light has gotten blue, it's coming back out, looking a little prettier, look a little more hopeful. Anyway, so the Trump administration, Donald Trump, Jared Kushner, Manafort Jr., all of these people. Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, Fox News anchors, Sean Hannity. All of these people are guilty of conspiracy and racketeering. Okay? And the racket that they tried to set up, that they have set up, somewhat successfully now, depending on whether or not the FBI remembers how to investigate the mob. This racket has been set up on a national scale. This racket is against the American people. Oh, just donate to my campaign. We'll take care of you. We won't let the Russians come after you. You won't get trolled. You won't get my troll army after. It's racketeering, is what he did. From the bully pulpit. Asking Russia to attack this country. Okay? Inciting espionage on a massive public scale to achieve a political goal. How much more clear could that terrorist action be? But it goes beyond just terrorism. Donald Trump isn't just guilty of terrorism and conspiracy, aiding and abetting, and obstruction of justice regarding national, state-sponsored terrorism. Okay, and that's what Russia did. That's called state-sponsored terrorism, especially when it used independent actors that were paid by the Kremlin. You gotta understand, Guccifer, that's a terrorist. Okay. If I was sitting here hacking the Republicans and offering the Democrats information, I would be a terrorist. Okay? If you're hacking for public information, if you're hacking for the good of humanity, that's one thing. Okay? It's still illegal. And guess what? You'd still be charged with fucking terrorism. But it couldn't be more fucking clear cut. It couldn't be more clear cut as an act of terrorism, as defined, where hacking becomes terrorism, isn't just when they shut down your energy grid. Although, they've done so to assist Donald Trump, to assist him in his racketeering against the United States population, against our citizenry. The power plants, while he was at the G20. Yeah. Well, you can't get more clear cut than someone hacking in order to change the political landscape in the favor of someone who wants the American people to be scared and who wants the American people to die. Okay? The opponents of Obamacare, the people who have obstructed Obamacare, like Bobby Jindal, like the governor in Louisiana, the people who have disabled Obamacare from succeeding for political means, should all be investigated for treason, for connections to Russia, for payments from Russia, because they are working for our enemies when they are trying to kill the American people through legislation. And this has been a mafia-style racketeering operation. Last I checked, the FBI and the mafia were supposed to be, So, Robert Mueller, do your job.